Good evening, mortals. How are we this evening, Dave?
Good evening, Brown Hat Baz.
Sorry, I just watched that Renfield filming trailer a wee while ago, and it looks quite good. Like,
So that's where the brown hat come from then, I'll say.
I need a haircut, and I couldn't be bothered from hanging, so I've had to put the hat on to cover it.
Perfect, as you do. So, right, here you go, Well, like we always say, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to another Thursday night live stream with a host, darklycan81 to the left or right, and me, davewordtoys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to either the one you're watching or me, the other side. You will see a bit of everything tonight. We'll start with pickups, bit of a toy chat, bit of a toy ramble, pickups, back to toy chat, toy rambles. But then we have battle. Is it toy battles, Baz?
Yeah, it's a good way to kind of show off some of your collection kind of thing. And I think the way that we've did it is it kind of started off with the gourmeties. You were talking about your gourmeties, and we're going to show them off. And it was like we try to find lines that are kind of similar. So if I show one, if you've got a line similar to show off as well, kind of thing. But tonight it's going to be a little bit different because we're going to have two lines to show off that we've got.
Well, technically, a couple of weeks ago, we asked the chat what they like to see, and they said, Jonathan in the chat said 90s toys. And then basically, we both came to the conclusion which showed, because there's that many 90s toys, perfectly honest. So we're not showing the full collection up. We've probably got more than we show off, but the only thing we're going to do tonight, it probably starts about the 10 to 10 time, but we're going to show two lines each. There may be a few honorable mentions in there, but we're not going to do too much, but because basically 90s, there was like some classic toys, so we will go back to, again, the 90s, but we're both showing two toy lines that's, mine's not similar, but two different companies. Baz is quite similar, and you could like squeeze together, like if you wanted to.
I might throw a curveball in my one as well, just to see if anybody recognises them.
And then just at the end of the stream, you'll get a hint of an item for next week's live stream. If you want a very close look at it at the moment, it is a pirate. And that's all I'm going to show off.
It's kind of weird, Dave, because I know exactly what that pirate is.
You can twist his arm, and he's quite a good pirate from a certain toy line. But we'll find out later who that got connected to next week. But that's just a little spoiler for later. So there you go. Anyway, good evening in the chat. Thank you for joining us. Even it's Thursday from whatever time you join us. Thank you so much. Do you want to shout out to a few people that joined me last Tuesday night for my Barry Patchett NEC pre-show, ready for this Sunday? We need to give the honourable mentions before we carry on. We've got us on tonight, the ZSR guys, USR guys on tomorrow night, I hope, on a Friday.
They're nearly hitting 100 live streams, isn't they?
Then on Saturday, I don't think there's too much on, but I don't know. We just need to wait and see again. On Sunday, you have confirmed you've got the Lego at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And then at 6:30 or 7 o'clock on a John Super Awesome Geek show that's appeared on this channel. He's got a Jeopardy, which is like toy questions for one of the semis or the quarters. I can't remember which. I'm not doing one this Sunday because I'm actually at the NEC and I need to get up at like ridiculous early in the morning. But I do have a double-header guest on Tuesday.
Ooh.
So it's a double-header guest. So it's two collectors in one He's coming on the channel Tuesday.
Oh, nice.
So that'll be, I don't know what time yet. I'm waiting for a reply, but there you go. So that's Tuesday. It's probably the 8 o'clock till 9, hopefully, so we don't affect the Brian action figures on the Tuesday, the Irish guys. And then occasionally, if you want to see something different, the Toy Division guys on a Wednesday. So there's the plug. If I missed anything, guys, in the chat, please let us know. And then hopefully next Thursday, me and Baz will be back with a very guest again.
Got straight out of Coruscant. We have a good Ronaldo. From Blackpool, Sai.
Sai. Do the Sai. Well, I know Sai is going to a convention near him, which is the Blackpool convention this weekend. I know the NEC Toy Fair is this weekend, and I think there's a few other little ones up and down the country. So there is quite a good convention start. I know all the car boots, start up very soon because of the weather, or like flea markets in America. So good toy hunting, good bits, and hope everyone goes a good weekend. Go Sai, Mr. Ronaldo. So then, Baz, how's your week been?
It's been not too bad. It's been busy. Work's been busy. Just nice just to have a nice couple of days off now, so no back until Sunday again. I hate working. But if I need the pennies to buy this plastic stuff, then I need to work.
We know. And then basically, Baz, is it some little bird just like whispered in my ear? This like little bird here just whispered in my ear. It's like it's somebody's birthday in a couple of weeks' time, is it, or something?
Fortunately, it's true. I wish that little birdie would.
Well, this bird is going to be famous this week or next week. I don't care. I don't know what to call him yet. So if you guys think of a name for Mr. Pirate Parrot, please let me know. But we explain the Pirate Parrot at the end of the show.
But the thing about it is that a male pirate or a female? Because that head looks a bit weird on that body.
Oh, mate, I don't care. It's just a bird. It doesn't talk to you, and it's perfect. It's one type of bird that you don't squawk, talk, nothing. But the end point, he's got a drill for his one hand, so I'm not saying too much. But he's coming, that's to do with a special guest next week, but we can't say too much because I know we might scare the little guy off or something. We know. I don't know.
What is it? I had a bottle of Iron Brew today, spent the rest of the afternoon head-butting. It does do that to you, Connor. Yes.
Good Connor.
So,
but yes.
What have you picked up this week?
Well, after the big splurge last week, I picked up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items, Matt.
I've got 4 items there. So.
Well, technically, mine was just a charity shop on the whim, and then one of our local shops has sent a few bits.
I'll put you on the big screen so everybody can see your lovely face.
Thanks, Baz. Well, first off, as you know, we like turtles on the channel. Mr. Turtle, and if you push him down, he does a clip and he does a gambole. So there's Mr. Leonardo, Mr. Turtle. Then one of Baz's figures I liked a couple of weeks ago, because if Baz shows it off, I always try and find it. Mr. Toad himself from DC Green Lantern.
Yeah, the movie nobody really likes, but I do like the little figures for it.
Yeah. So I didn't have that one, so it was quite cute. For one of my friends, I picked up a Thomas the Tank Engine smiley face train.
Yeah, which one's that though, Dave? Is that?
I think it's Elizabeth or something. I can't remember. You did tell me and I completely forgot. But I normally pick up a few things for one of our friends.
I got the section. Oh, nice.
So there you go. So there's that one. To go with that theme, Baz, but I picked one of myself up myself because, you know, we always like DC, but we say, can you cross toys over?
Mm-hmm.
But then Fisher Price did do a Thomas the Tank Engine Mini DC Superheroes carrying case with like 2 exclusive mini trains where you can put them all in. So technically, they're like doing the DC Fisher Price. I can't remember the year on this little bad boy.
I want to say that come out 2019 or 2020.
Something like that. But technically, our local shop was just selling them all off. They had them brand new packaged. It's, you know, so I picked myself one up because I've got a few of the DC trains. They've always been on my DC bundle, so it's just one of the carry cases for that. And then basically, Baz, as you know, I like the Disney stuff. I think 99% these 3 are Disney, but I can't guarantee. You have from Lion King 2, you know, names are coming at me head, Baz. Come on.
That's from the Lion King drunk. Was it something Pride? That's the protector line. But that's
Scar, is it?
No,
Scar
no.
Junior.
No, that's the son of Simba.
Is it? I thought it was Scar's son.
No.
Okay, perfect.
I'm sure that's the son of Simba.
Then you got the female. She's got the nice eyes for you, Baz. Wink, wink. Meow. And then the only one I couldn't decide if it was or not, but I just picked it up anyway, was another green eyes for Baz. Cat.
If it's got like the tattoo on if they've got the tattoo on the side of them, Dave, like what the one with the mohawk's got, they're all.
That one hasn't at all by the look of it, but he's got the writing of Disney on the side, and that one's got Disney on the bottom as well.
So I think that leopard one goes with the Simba one.
But there you go. So there's them 3: Choo Choo Train, Turtle, Froggy, and a train DC.
Nice.
Well, after the week I had last week, I needed to calm down a bit because I said I've got the toy fair the weekend. So, thank you, Baz. So there you go. All fits on the tray.
To put my time for my ugly mug to go. Yeah, I went back to game again as I did. I really need to stop going there because I'm spending far too much money. I managed to find the Ram Man. I've already done a short because I've got the vintage Ram Man and I had the 2000X, so I'd done what you kind of said. And then thanks to is it Super Scroll? Ash?
Super Scroll, yeah.
He posted this guy for game as well, so I managed to find the new Ghost Rider. Still need to own it, but. And then I've got this bad boy.
Bad boy. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when I come for you? Bad boy.
Yeah, I couldn't leave it behind for that price. Just better than ever. On their website, I was checking on their website to see what Marvel stuff they actually had in. According to their website, 2 of my local games had the Thanos for a tenner. They had the red and green Hulk, and they had him. But when I went in, there was couldn't find Thanos or the Hulk.
Perfect.
And then I picked this up as well.
Bleep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the only place technically, Baz, that's had that in the UK, honestly, was Amazon. Mm-hmm. Never came out in the shops, no nothing. And the cheapest I've seen it on there for is 35 quid down to 15. That's it. So it's like, how can like Amazon? You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I went to game on Thursday. I went to game on Thursday, and I basically picked up all the figures I was wanting on Thursday. Then we went to Smith's on Friday. Me and the wee boy and my sister and our partner. But there was none there that intrigued me. But there was a game shop there, so I went into game, and game had this. There was the only He-Man thing they had in.
Yeah.
So I just picked it up, and then later on in the day when we got back, I decided to go to one of my local towns and managed to find Randman. And also bought these little guys as well. These are this little blind bags, but they're cried junk bots. So I picked up two just to see what they were like.
Reminds me of Robots Bass in the cartoon Robot series, where you can mix and match.
I quite like this guy. Just looks weird.
Cute and weird at the same time. Love it.
And you know me, man, I do like those, was it gold treasures or something they're cried? So
yeah.
Getting this guy as well.
That's nice. You can put that with anything, can't you? Baz?
He does come with a little stand thing, eh? But I mean,
do you think you'll go with him?
I don't know. I do have a few of these, eh? So it could be a future battle.
Rabbit hole.
Oh, these are kind of rabbit hole, man. Because when he comes on a wee stand, you could put his extra arms and that on the back of him as well. I just keep him on the stand because it looks better on the stand than what it's.
Yeah.
But that is. That's me. That's all I've picked up this week so far.
And the crowd goes wild. Whoa!
What's that? So that green Thomas train is Percy.
There you go.
I bought myself a second.
It's not Percy. It's a dark green. It's not Percy. And Percy's got a number 6. Percy's got a 6 on it. It's not Percy. It's got no number on this one, but I know she's now got a number. I know it's not a lady. I know it's 100% not Percy. It's a dark green version. But there you go. Yeah, because Percy's number 6. And he's a light green.
There's one thing that's kind of been bothering me if I picked up that Ghost Rider, right? So I was kind of looking online to see what prices and that it goes for online. I don't know how Game is selling it for $12.99 and Amazon's wanting between 27 to 35 quid for it. And then if you go into like some of the other sites like Zavi and is it Comics and Cocktails and they're all wanting between 26 to 30, between 26 quid to 35 quid for it.
Sometimes, but
it's been bugging me for the last couple of days, yeah. That
sometimes people get special deals if they're not selling well. I've got a load in the warehouse and they do special deals for certain people. Don't forget how many games are up and down the country and that sort of stuff. It's just, or occasionally the head office makes a mistake, like you've seen in the past, like the Power Rangers Lightning Sword when Bandai had it was $17.99 for 5 minutes on a website of Target. You know, they are just the people that bought it. But you know, it's occasionally companies do make a mistake. Because I know when I was a full-time toy dealer 20 odd years ago, I ordered something off the company, and the company said, "Yeah, these won't be on clearance for at least a year, 2 years, because they just come out." I said, "Okay, I'll try it for a couple." Next minute, you go to another toy fair, and all the ones I ordered are £2. So I rang up the company there and then. I says, "What are you doing to the retailers?" I says, "What do you mean?" I took him a picture, sent him it. I says, there you go. I was like, oh shit, they took the wrong boxes. So, you know, I'd cancelled my order there and then. I says, what's the point of ordering? You said 2 or 3. It's so occasionally companies will make mistakes and send it out to.
No, it's just kind of weird because they do have a lot of the retro figures in. I know they've got a lot of them in their sale that they've still got on.
Yeah.
Some of the newer ones that are coming out, man, they're like £13.99, 14 quid for the retro for the 4-inch ones. But then you've got that. I mean, you usually think when they did like the sets that you get 2 or 3 figures or figure in a vehicle. They're usually charging about 20 quid.
At least 20, 25 quid, yeah.
Yeah, and that's what kind of it's been bugging me for the last couple of days. Is it been a mistake on Games side of it, or is that what Games selling them just to get rid
I'd
of them?
say it's almost a mistake by Game. Because don't forget, last time you were getting your retro figures, if I can remember rightly, last year, or some of them, like $4.99.
Then I picked up the Venom, and I think it was Venom and the Thing. I got them in the charity shop for under 6 quid.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, basically, chat, what do you think in the chat? Do you think Games made a mistake? Do you think times are changing, that people want to get rid of stuff? Or I think it's Games made a mistake that should have been full price. Because they got 2 prices on, but sometimes, like, occasionally toy companies, when they get new toys in, do like a couple of days special.
See, I've noticed with Game, right, is that you could go on. I mean, I check Game every couple of days just to see what new stuff they've shoved on.
Yeah.
But they'll give you an online price, and then when you go in to see what stores in your area have got, if they've got them in stock, it'll come up as a store price. So you've got like an online price and a store price, because when they've done all those He-Man or the Masters of the Universe stuff, especially for Beastman, they were selling Beastman online for 32 quid. And then when you went to check it to see what stores had them in, that's when you found out they were selling them for a tenner. And then get it probably about 3 or 4 days later, then they basically updated their site.
Yeah.
We're getting annoyed is that, wait a minute, I've just went and played that, and then they went into the game probably a couple of days later and realised, it's like, why is the online saying 30 quid, but you're selling it in store for...
Yeah. I had a few things the same. I went into, because you tell me a certain price on certain figures, I went in. I went up to the guy and says, can you just check these for me? He said, yeah. I said, everything should have been double checked by the staff the other day. And they said they missed quite a few bits.
Well, that was just, I picked up the Viking He-Man.
Yeah.
And that was 26. Oh, on the box it's got 26.99. So I just kind of double check, because I know Si picked up for a £5. But sometimes I have noticed that with certain stores, is that certain stores have different prices, because you notice that with Asda's. Asda's might have stuff on clearance. You pick up what you want to get, that's what they've got, and then you'll go to the next Asda's and they'll have the exact same item, but they're wanting full price for it. So you don't know if it's just certain stores are just getting rid of stock out their storeroom just so they've got more room. But when they're asked to get, the guy's like, no, it is definitely, it's maybe just one we've missed.
Yeah.
Because they tried to, with that He-Man special that they were doing, the Masters Universe, they've tried to keep all their Masters Universe stuff together. And the big one that I got a majority of my stuff at.
Yeah. Sometimes, even these shops I go to, toy shops now, if you're after a figure, especially if they've got sales on like Game or anywhere, I always double check the price anyway. Because technically, if you spotted a figure for, say, the $26.99 for your figure, but then you walk out of it, someone else goes in, he says, sorry, they're only $4.99, you'd be gutted, wouldn't you?
It's like a couple of months ago, Game was selling the Venom and Null 2-pack. And that's like 100, I think it's like 120 quid or something to buy it in certain places. But online, they were selling it for 15 quid.
Yeah.
But if you went into the store and seen it, they were selling it for 45. But I believe it was an online exclusive price for online. But I mean, that thing sold out within a matter of hours.
Yeah.
Like, when somebody mentioned to me about it, I must have missed it out by like a millisecond, man. But getting that set up for like 15 quid, man, that would have been a bargain and a half.
It's just part. Look at it. It's one of the things about the communities. The toy community is two things, isn't it? They're amazing to show people off the toy halls and what they've got in. Some people do leave the labels on, so that you can tell where they're from. And then other times, it's like they're a pain in the ass. It's like you buy something for $4.99. I said, "Oh, can you pick me one of them up and free, ship it to me free?" I was like, "No." It's like shipping's a $5. You know, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
See, Sycan agrees with Trubaz. Near me, one Asda's Dark Phoenix £3 sale, and the other one's 14.
Yeah.
It's from I've noticed that because I picked up a couple of extra of the retro The Mandalorian figures.
Yeah.
Through my local Asda. It's basically just 5 minutes down the road for me. I mean, they were selling them for £3. So I picked up like another Mando, I picked up another Cara Dune and all that. And I went back to get, so I've got a loose set and a Cardi set, and other Asda's, they wanted full price for them.
Yeah.
They never had a price on the shelf, so I just happened to ask her, like, how much are these? And ended up, she's like, £14. And I was saying to myself, how the hell is Mazda selling them for £3, but they're wanting £14? So it must, when it comes to certain sales, it must be up to the actual store if they want to get rid of them.
As far as I know, Baz, for that, when I went, basically, I had a friend 3 or 4 years ago that told me about a certain price of a figure he picked up in the shop. And technically, I went into an Asda because I know one of the people worked in it at the time. And literally, they went into their system and they can tell any system Asda in the UK what price it sold for. So technically, that person went to the Asda where they got it from and said, "No, it's all full prices." So the person is lying to you just to say he's got it cheap, and he wasn't. I know back in the day, and I know there's still now 2 McDonald's franchises in the UK. There was like 2 Forbidden Planets, like ForbiddenPlanetUK.com is the 2 Asdas, because if not, what you could have done, he said, "Listen, these figures I showed you with the price ticket, these are £3 down the road." Because if not, what you could do is go and buy a load down for £3, take them up to that Asda, buy the ones at £14, give them to your mum, take it back to the following day, the same ones, or the ones the other shop,
Yeah.
you get your £14 for £3, don't you? If you could get away with it. Johnny,
I know sometimes they didn't.
We're doing a special for you tonight, sir. Keep on looking.
It's the worst thing about it is when you go into Asda's, it's like Mazda's, they have their own clearance section for toys and that. And majority of the time, folk just dump stuff in there and you pick up, think, "Oh, that's on clearance." Right, I'll go and find out what it is. And it's like, it's not actually on clearance. Somebody's just, and I hate that. That's
or basically, this walks around, they spotted something on clearance, they said, "Okay, we don't want that, we'll swap it over," and there you go.
Aye.
Yeah.
It's just annoying when sometimes the folk do that. It's like you see it just sitting in the clearance thing, and it's like, oh, I wonder how much that actually is. Unless it's the Asda's fucking clearance fucking label on it, then you're all right, kind of thing. But they had I was there, was it Tuesday, and they had a lot of retro stuff just sitting there. They had like the Wolverine and all that. And I went and double checked with the price, but they were full price. So somebody's just dumped them from, and could have been a member of staff, it could have been a customer. You don't know. It's just
perfect.
It's annoying when you see stuff. But I mean, I want the Wolverine for that, because, and then I had the Spider-Man as well. I was going to get an extra Spider-Man, but I wasn't paying £14 for them when I know I can go to game and get them from them in between £4 to £6 a figure.
It's once again, Bass, it's like poker, isn't it? The toy gamble, when like in poker. When's the best time to buy the item? When's the best time not? It's the toy gamble now you pay.
It's like that. You'll see something one week and it's like, you just go with your gut feeling, you just buy it. And then you'll go to the same shop the week after, they'll have the exact same item, but they've reduced it. and then you
Yeah.
kind of you're selling ours. It's like, well, why did I not just wait that week? But sometimes you've just got to go with your gut feeling.
When you're happy at the price or willing to pay, that's when you pull the trigger. Or basically, like you say, or like I do nowadays, if you spot something carded, you pick it up carded and leave it carded. But then if it goes on sale to like the price you're happy to pay to get it loose, and that's what I've been doing. It's like the same with the Masters Universe collection, the cartoon or ones I want. All of them are loose except for one item because I needed to take it loose when I was bringing it back from America. But, you know, hopefully during the car boot season or whenever now, if I start seeing them in the shops, I know I'm not going to get the whole lot, but I'll start picking them up loose. So my green castle will start then looking a bit more not bare or got the right figures on. So that's what you can do.
I noticed at the weekend there, man, on Instagram, folk are always posting what they've picked up because with Easter weekend, especially doing your way, you have like car boot sales for the Friday to the Monday, and the amount of things folk were picking up. But the thing that I kind of noticed is that folk were picking up the Netflix He-Man figures, the ones that you've got, the like with the castle you've got. So you know now that folk are buying them and basically getting rid of them. So
don't forget, Baz, the end of 6 months ago when I don't know why, but when Smith stopped selling them, they knocked them down to £2-3 each. All of them, the first 4 characters are £3.
I think with like Smiths, I don't think folk were buying them. I don't think they were selling them. I think that's why they got rid of them, and I think that's why Games done the same. I think they've brought them in. Nobody's willing to pay the £27 for them, and they've just knocked them down just to get rid of them.
The problem is with them type of series, the cartoons. There's no, as far as I know, there's not a series 3 coming or pop. They left it cliffhangers for series 3 and series 4 for both things, but at the moment with no cartoon out and that sort of stuff, it's very hard to sell a toy that's not out.
Yeah.
But as soon as, like you say, as soon as it comes straight out on the TV, everyone wants it. But then as soon as the TV series finishes, you still get the hype of it because you still finish the series, but then it's a bit too late because it's finished.
See, you notice that with B&M, especially because when B&Ms have like the exclusive Doctor Who stuff.
Yeah.
And you always notice is that when Doctor Who comes on the TV, you can go into any B&Ms and they'll have tons of Doctor Who stuff. And as soon as Doctor Who's finished for the year, if whatever they've got left basically gets reduced to pennies.
Yeah.
To get rid of them.
They have got exclusive sets. They've got hard figures in there. They have got some rare little figures in the sets. But yeah, it's weird. It's like toy companies I don't get, especially like Hasbro. They must work. They used to work, or Kenny used to work with Star Wars to release the figures. That sort of stuff, Baz. So technically, how can you, like, for example, at the moment we are getting Indiana Jones, the new film, some of the figures out now, which is leading up to the film, which is the hype, which you want. But like, for example, Bad Batch Series 2 figures, the colours, they're not coming out till next year, and Series 2 is just finished. So, you know, it's crazy, isn't it? I know there's a Bad Batch Series 3, and that's the final season for Bad Batch Season 3. But then, once again, if they do characters in that, is it going to be 2025 or 26 until we get the figures? I know it's Star Wars, and Star Wars always will sell, but if you're like a toy producer and they know the toys, they know the figures in the series, and they got behind, you would almost put a few figures out when the series is out. So it's the YouTubers, the promoters, the shops, and everything's got something to help them.
They used to do that for men. I'm going back, probably...
Don't show your age, mate. It's going to have your birthday in a couple of weeks.
Probably between 15 and 16 years ago, especially when they brought certain movies out.
Yeah.
They've done it with Transformers, they've done it with Star Wars, but they've done like preview figures.
Yeah.
like with Transformers, they'd done like their Cybertronian, but it was only 2 they did. They only done Megatron, no Megatron. They done Optimus and Starscream, and then it was one of the Star Wars movies. I can't remember which one it was, but they done a Boba Fett, and then they done a.
They did a clone trooper on a scouter bike for episode 1. Mace Windu in purple lightsaber for episode 2, I think. And I can't remember what they did for 3, but they put out 6 months before the film. The only film at the moment, technically, that's got figures out. I'm still crossing my fingers we get them in the Smiths, but I think they are. But it's 2 toy lines at the moment I've seen, which are films are not out in the cinema yet, but they're out in June. It's The Flash, the movie, by Spin Master. But then the other line is, I know we hate it, but Hasbro have just released over the Easter weekend the new Beast Wars, the Beast movie, coming out in June, July as well. So how can they do that for certain lines and certain companies, but not other lines? You're waiting 6 months, or I don't know. That's what gets me in the toy universe. It's like the hype.
Smiths does actually have the new Beast, the new Transformer toys in, because I seen them on Friday.
Yeah.
They do look actually. These kind of look a little bit better, transformable wise, because none of them have kibble. The only one that's got kibble is Rhinox, but they've made Rhinox bigger than the rest of them. But like Cheater's just a slim body, so I don't know what they've done with the mechanics on that, but it does look like a weird Transformer, because you always notice is that Transformers always have some sort of kibble on them, kind of thing. But they look slim. They do look nice.
Yeah, but the problem is they're like 35, like 20 to 35 quid a figure. But
like
you know, for at least
Bumblebee, Cheetor and Air Razor. They brought Air Razor into it, but even though she's not in the movie, I mean, they're 35 quid. Rhinox is 45. You've got Optimus. Optimus was 45 quid, and then you've got some of the bad one, the main bad guy. He's like 60 quid.
Yeah. Leader class. Yeah.
He's actually bigger than the Optimus for that line.
Yeah. It's one thing I still hate about Transformer lines, when they got a leader class, deluxe class, Voyager class, micro class, universe class, one step changes. They're not all in scale, per se. They're not in scale. You know, I understand companies. It's like if you really wanted to nitpick Mattel's WWE figures, it almost takes them before they come onto TV a year to get a figure out of that said character.
Aye.
You know, I know some companies that do, but then, like you say, Hasbro can get, and Spin Master can get it 2 or 3 months before the film's out. You know, Lego's another. I know Lego's very easy, but Lego's a really good company that keeps up with the movie hype or the toy hype. So Spin Masters are pretty decent. Hasbro's half and half, isn't it?
Because I noticed with funny enough, you're talking about Lego, but with the new Guardians of the Galaxy movie, they've got majority of the Lego sets already, and I've seen them in B&M's.
Yeah.
B&M's always seems to get the sets before anywhere else. I don't know how. I don't know if they've got they must have a deal or whatever.
Sometimes companies will send the toys a month or 2 months before.
Hey, Dino.
Everyone's strong. Yes, we are having 90s battles, dude. So
Transformers are in scale. It's just there is 3 different Transformers for the upcoming movie. Yeah, that's all it is. I mean, the one-step changers, man, they're for the kids kind of thing, because they're easy enough to transform, and the ones for 35 quid, they're there for us.
Yeah. But there you go. Baz, we are 40 minutes in. Are we going to do our first toy battle on into Jonathan tonight?
Yes.
Okay. Because Jonathan asked for 90s toys a couple of weeks ago, because we asked people in the chat what toy battles we're going to show off. So me and Baz have both chosen 2 each. So technically, it's we're going to show one off now, and then the other one in say 15, 20 minutes time. If you want to see guys in the chat or future toy battles in the future, please put it in the comments down below. We'll try and work around it. Baz, do you want me to go first or second?
No, I didn't, Dave.
Yes, you did.
I'll go first because this one's kind of easy. So this toy line's for 91.
Right.
And my nephew does like this toy line as well. I've managed to pick him up a few, but first one is Bucky O'Hare.
Bucky O'Hare. I can't remember the song. I just sing it just for Baz.
I actually enjoyed this cartoon back in the day. It was really, really fun. It was just pity that only lasted one season, Dave.
Yeah.
So I've got like Bucky. I've got one of my favourites was Bruiser.
Yeah. Who actually made them again, Baz? Was it Hasbro Playmates? I can't remember. Top of my head, I can't remember. If not, guys in the chat, please let us know who made Bucky O'Hare figures. Please.
I think it was actually. I don't think it was Playmate. I think it was either The writing's that small on these. I can't.
know.
But man, he was like he was one of the best characters. I loved him, and it's just pity that, as I say, they only made one season. There wasn't meant to be a wave 2 that you got his brother and you got Fum and Jenny and all that, but they never did it. Then you got the main
Hasbro.
So it was Hasbro. So you got like the main bad guy. Well, he's missing just one of he's missing his little cap and he's missing his gun. Then you got the human character, Willy.
Sweet. Willy Wonka.
And one of my other favourite characters was Dead-Eye Duck. I don't even know if that's his blasters or not, but he's the only ones I had, so I gave them to him. And then you got Alligator. He was the bounty hunter of the series.
Nice green teeth.
And then you had I think this was Commander Dogstar.
Woof woof.
That, as I say, is like with Wave 2, there was meant to be another couple of his crewmates coming out. There was meant to be, as far as I'm aware, there was meant to be his brother, Browser's brother, was meant to come out. You're meant to get Jenny and then another couple of different Toads as well. See, I didn't have I just picked these up when I see them, but man, I really want to get more of these. I might try and see if I can complete the actual line.
Luckily, there's not many figures in the line, but there you go.
Oh, and then for the thing, I think I'm just missing Toad. I think I'm only missing.
And the little robot, silver robot.
I think I'm only missing 3 figures to complete the actual line.
Just for some honourable mentions for Baz's line for Bucky O'Hare. Basically, they did do if you went to Europe or somewhere, they did do slight coloured variants of the weapons and figures. There are quite a few pictures now out on the internet and the World Wide Web, which shows you the different coloured variants as well. I think they did it for all, like Dead-Eyed Duck has got purple guns in Baz's. They also did the silver guns, if I can remember rightly, and slightly different colours. But another honourable mentions, they did do a few vehicles, and that's the only one I got to hand. It's the Toad machine. So you put your Toad, you splash it and that sort of stuff. The only thing I like about it, on the bottom, you've got like a Bucky O'Hare official signal as well. But that's like a vehicle. They did do like a few vehicles for the line. It's not a bigger line to collect. It's getting more popular because of the nostalgia of it. And I know Boss Fight Studios did release later in the line their figures as well. So there's 2 companies out there. but we're just showing the old Hasbro's 1991 Bucky O'Hare.
A rip off of
Rob.
from the Star Wars comics. See that? I mean, I know a lot of folk have said that. I mean, Jonathan is like, you've got Jack's on the Space Bunny. A lot of folk have actually said that. Is he a rip off to the Bucky O'Hare or vice versa?
Yeah.
Well, a lot of folk have bought that figure and they've actually customized it into an actual 6-inch version. But I know, is it Boss Studios?
Boss Fight, yeah.
I know they've done the collector versions that you get like 6 or 7 different heads and different faces and ears and all that.
Yeah. So at least there is 2 like different type of people out there. So there you go.
I knew you were thinking that. Realize Bucky is missing from my collection.
So there you go. Jojo.
We have Gap.
Yep.
What's it? It's Gap after Dark. I played a prank. He can't get his name back for another 2 weeks or so.
Oh, what you like. I did see in the chat the other night. Thank you again, sir. It's just basically because it was like a special chat I did. I was only putting questions up that was actually in that night for the purpose of the stream. Once again, if you went to Edge Retro Geek Out, they were produced Series 2 figures and they show them on Edge Retro Geek Out. Did a special episode.
I'm sure there was meant to be like Jenny was meant to be a part of Wave 2. I'm sure there was meant to be a couple of the
Dog guys.
The Dog Stars crew was meant to come out. And I'm sure there was meant to be. I'm sure there was meant to be the ape guy, the brother, because basically the story is that there was like a dimensional thing and it blew up, and he basically appeared into Bucky's. He could go back for different dimensions, his own dimension but he always wore his brother's outfit, so that's why it kind of looks a bit baggy on. It showed the Toads didn't recognize, but the Toads. The thing about it is that the reason I like Bucky is that because you've got the baboons, the Toads were petrified of them for some reason. It was just one of those things. As soon as he says, "Oh, it's a berserker baboon," and they just freak out. I just love that.
Crazy.
So I'll put you on the big screen so everybody can see your lovely face again.
Thank you. Well, technically, I'll still stick with Hasbro Toy Company, but I've gone a year later, 92, 93. But these also come with a cross line for, I think, the girls line. They've also done recently movies on tour. They've done live action if you go to Pontins, that sort of stuff. But technically, the ones as the boys' side of it wanted the toy line, but these are 92, 93. You've gone to the fuzzy hair. Yes, that suits me orange hair, doesn't it? I don't know if it's a cartoon, but I absolutely love the figures, but it was like a cartoonish. It must have been so, but we're going with 92, 93 Battle Trolls.
Battle Trolls. It's fucking weird, man. I used to have a ton of them back in the day.
So,
I don't know what they're.
But yes, the Hasbro 1992 took their girl troll lines, and it's still trolls are still going to this day with the Troll World Tour. You can still get it on Anton-Deck Saturday Night Takeaway. They did trolls on that. So there's the one troll I had before. And then basically when I went on to America and did my little tour, I picked up the Baz's favourite one, the Terminator.
Yeah, I mind having it because I had the Terminator guy and I had the Cyclops one as well.
Well, Baz, since you said that one, there's the second one, the Cyclopsy. You know, perfect. And the arms don't move.
No,
you can mess with the hair so much and bits and pieces. The waist does thing. You can almost fit them with like Masters Universe because they're the same size. Different toy lines, but then
I'm sure they come with like some of them
weapon.
come with you got play sets with them as well that you got like a catapult and the troll guy, the Cyclops. You got 2 different versions of him. It was just 2 different colors, but I'm sure one come with a catapult, and then you also got like these dinosaur things like battle cat style things that I didn't know at the time that they actually existed, and it was I think it was Ed from Geek Out that showed them up.
And then basically the fourth one in the set I'm going to show off today was the red-eyed, like almost like, I don't know, new version of the Beast, Battle Beast and that sort of stuff. Would you say, Baz?
Yeah, I think they actually, for that, if I remember correctly, I'm sure they've done like 3 or 4 different series.
Yeah.
Based on just on those ones, and then then Hasbro themselves done another action figure one that were posable.
Yeah.
Like
technically, yeah. There's my first taste of my 90s toys, nod to John, is my Battle Troll 5-inch Battle Troll section, which came from Girls' Toys, which are vice versa, but you could still put them in Masters Universe and anything else. So there's my toy battle for this week. Well, part 1. I've got another part in a minute. So,
I think it was with the trolls. Started off as like a girl thing, and it was crazy, man. I remember back in the day, at playgrounds, man, everybody had them, and then I think they realised that these are popular. Let's make a version for the boys, and then you ended up getting the Stone Protectors. I think that kind of started off, and then Hasbro ended up doing like another 2 lines after that. I don't know if Stone Protectors. I don't know if they were Hasbro or not.
I can't remember. I know the story you mean about, but
I know a lot of the folks say Stone Protectors is a rip-off of the Turtles kind of thing.
Yeah. But there's my nod to the first 92, 93 toy line. Trolls.
Nice.
Battle Trolls. So there's my first helping of this week's toy battle. I do have another one coming up. And I know Baz is going to piss his pants.
I think I know what the other toy line you're talking about,
but I might have changed it, Baz. You need to answer this.
Is the one that I kind of my next show off. This is stuff I managed to pick these up during the pandemic for like pennies, and I know there's a couple that I know there's one I have got, and he can be a bit expensive with his wettings and without his wettings, but I managed to pick him up for like a fucking steal.
Yeah. Technically, Baz, I was almost thinking of doing honourable mentions from 91, because you showed 91 toys off. 92, 93. I've got 94 coming up in a minute at some point after yours. I was going to do it all the way to 2000 in toy lines. Like you've got Toy Story, you've got X-Men, the original X-Men 97, Dalmatian Dogs, which was a Happy Meal collector figure, which are a pain in the ass.
Hey, Ash.
Ash. So, but yes, we're just doing like a toy battle with me and Baz. We're like showing our 2 like keen things. Because we didn't have many figures in this wave, we decided to do around 3 and 4, which are still 90s themed because Jonathan asked for like the figures and bits. So, Baz,
is that my next one is from the night is actually 1990.
So there you go. So you've done 1991. I'm doing 92, 93, and 94. So there's like 5 decades of different toys. And technically, even Trolls are still going to this day because you still get them in B&M right now.
Well, I mean, they're doing is it the Trolls on...
Trolls World Tour?
The Trolls World Tour ones. Because I picked up a few of them last week for my niece's game, because my game was selling them for like 99 pence up to like £3 or something for the sets.
Yeah.
It's mental, man.
I don't know, people are like, I've seen on like Collectaholic programs and other on UTK TV showing collections off, and I know one of them was a troll collection. There was it's unbelievable how many trolls there are. But I say, just for a collector ourselves and that sort of stuff into different worlds and different things. So you don't hardly see them, but they're pretty punk rock.
It's like you go back from 6, 7 years ago, man, you could probably pick them up all day long. Now, certain things you didn't see it. It could take you 2 years. Somebody could post once like, "Oh, I've just found this at a boot sale," or "I found this in a specialist shop."
Yeah, rekindle the toy line. Yeah,
and then you'll go into line and you'll check, and it's like, Jesus Christ, man, they're actually quite expensive.
Yeah,
and you're just hoping that sometime through your toy hunting career, that you're going to come across certain lines that you had as a kid. And I always kind of, I want a couple of those battle trolls. Just started the collection, so I'm always on the
hunt.
I'm always looking for them. And then my sisters went and introduced me to that Vinted.
Yes.
And some of the stuff that's on that, man, folk are just selling them for like crazy cheap. But fortunately, there's no battle trolls on it yet.
Yeah. It's one of the things you go to toy feeds, don't know what you're going to spot the car about. But it's one of the things you do all the, like you say, Baz, you join the different toy chats. It's like when you look behind you, it's like there's always something I spot behind you or people's collection. Like Super Squirrel's got a good collection behind him. He's like, you're always asking, what's that one figure in that corner? He's like, that one, yeah. I was like, I can't remember. Other like, it's crazy how you can just watch a little toy chat and, I wouldn't go down the full rabbit hole.
I know before I changed this, there was one figure I had on the shelf, and you always wondered what it was, but it was when they done like the Marvel Mashers and they done a monster line.
Yeah.
Is like really, really
yeah.
You're really hard to come by, and when you do find them on eBay, man, they're expensive as hell.
Yeah.
But I've got the werewolf guy, and I've also got it's like the creature for the
Black
Lagoon kind of thing. But to try and find the rest of them, man, I picked A1s up when I was in Home Bargains years ago, but then I managed to find a spare wolf that I was going to get to you, but you already had them, kind of thing, because it's things like that.
I think
often.
Yeah, I think I found 3 or 4 at the moment. I can remember seeing them in the shops for like $9.99. They were a cool mix and match toy line.
Yeah.
But it's one of the things. So, Colin Bass, round number 2. What you got?
So, round number 2 is...
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
It's another cartoon, but come out in the 1990.
Ooh.
So, a couple of movies made of this guy as well. But the movies were more adult-based. Or like gore and that. So
Swamp Thing?
New Toxic Crusaders.
Ooh, Toxic Crusaders.
This was another toy line I loved back in the day. I did have a few of these, but again, I got rid of them. But during the pandemic, I managed to find 5 of them. So I picked up Toxie.
Playmates, Baz, is it? If I can remember rightly.
Playmates, yes. And I managed to nearly enough get a complete Bones.
He's a nice one. Bony Gony. Looks like Baz. He's got glasses on.
The thing with this toy line is that, man, the accessories that come with them were all glow in the dark. So I'm only missing his knife.
Nice.
And probably one of the strangest ones is No Zone. He kind of got mutated with he was a pilot. So that's why he's got a wheel for a leg. And then he has
a pirate and
and he's got a big massive nose.
I'm not saying that.
Then we'll have the main villain, Dr. Killamoff.
Say that 3 times fast when you're drunk. Killamoff.
And one of my favourite, man, is this guy.
I thought that was He-Man. Too bad.
Well, his name is Headbanger, so he's basically he was a mad scientist, and this was like a beach jockey, or whatever you want to cry him, and basically got mutated in this machine, and they basically become one. So
I'd say too bad for good guys for He-Man line. There you go.
But he's one of the weirdest characters, because you had Junkyard, that was basically a homeless man that got mutated with a dog and turned into a dog kind of thing, and then you've got Major Disaster, that was an army sergeant that, when the goo from it hit him, it basically mutated him into like a tree kind of guy. But I'm going to throw in a figure.
Curveball.
That I do have him displayed with the Toxic Crusaders, because he's in the kind of scale, and he's kind of got the same thingy. But let's see if anybody recognizes this guy.
Guys in the chat, please know if it is a Toxic Crusader or something different. And is Baz correct?
Well, it's nothing to do with Toxic, but I always have him next to Toxic because he kind of reminds me of that mutation style. I'm just curious if anybody actually recognizes him. It's like Toxic, man. Toxic wasn't a big line neither, man. They only done, I think, what I'm missing.
9 or 10 figures and 4. I was going to do some honorable mentions, Baz, but I have got the vehicles for Toxic Crusaders, but they're in the other room. But technically, all it is redone turtle figures, the turtle vehicles.
Yeah, because I think I'm missing the foot soldier guy, and I know I'm missing him. I'm missing Dogyard, sorry, and I'm missing Major Disaster. So I don't think they've done majority they've done all the good guys, but they only done like 3 bad guys. That was kind of weird. No, 1, 2, 3. No, I think they've done 5 bad guys.
Yeah. Nice little collection there, Baz. Did anyone guess the mystery figure of the night?
No, it's kind of weird. It's like Toxic Cell, even just getting him like that, before his mop weapon and his little glow-in-the-dark pet thing, and you're still talking about 40 quid for that. I mean, a complete version of that goes for about 70 quid. It's mental. And even just his little glow-in-the-dark mop pet. I mean, I've seen that going for like 50 quid. I've seen folk buying that for 50 quid, especially at toy fairs, man. Folk are selling that. You're like, oh, I've got that Kincaid. And then you look at the price, it's like 50 quid for something that's only like that. It's mental.
So, just a toy trivia question for you, Baz. Because, you know, your Toxic Crusaders. Playmates did the originals in 1990. Over the last 2 years, Baz, what was the other two toy companies that's now released Toxic Crusaders, please? It's only been in the last 2 years, but there's 2.
Is it Super 7?
That's one. The big 7-inch Super 7 had the license, and there's one of them.
The ones that done the new Bucky O'Hare, did they know that as well?
You know the Funko reaction figures?
Oh, from
the 3.5-inch Funko reactions got the license, and they did 6 or 8 figures in that line as well, Baz. So technically, if you still wanted, you can still get the figures in the last 2 years of Toxic Crusaders.
Isn't that from Teen Animated Turtles? So Lobot basically got it at Scumbag.
Yeah, both right. So, but yes, technically, you wanted a trivia question. What was the other 2 toy lines? The other 2 toy lines is Funko Reactions. They did the 3.5-inch figures.
The green blob guts, all complete. They are childhood figures.
And then basically the other one was the Super 7. It's just got released Toxie, which is a ultimate Super 7 figure.
I think they've only done Toxie, though. I don't think they've done any of the other ones yet.
They've done 2 types of Toxie, if I come rightly. They've done the normal one, that colour, and then they did the glow-in-the-dark version of the all light green. At the moment, that's the only one Super 7 because they do take their time on releasing figures. But technically, there's the 2 toy lines. There's a trivia question for you, Baz. So there you go.
What was it? What was Connor saying before? I got a green glow in the dark condom once and asked my wife, did she like my lightsaber? She said, oh, she's... For fuck's sake.
What you like?
Mutated glow.
What you like, Bazza?
They'll put you back on the big screen so you can show off your...
Hello. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share these videos with your friends, guys. Keep us in the loop and bits and pieces. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Well, take you back to 1994 now, when cartoons were hot. And technically, we're going to do a third toy company, a company called Toy Biz, which I don't think is around to this date. But once again, they did WCW figures, all sorts of stuff in the 90s.
Toy Biz, I think Hasbro took
Sportsman, yeah.
Hasbro took over Toy Biz as well.
But technically, yeah, the old Toy Biz, which was in the 90s when there was like really good toy companies out, once again did another cartoon series. And basically, just reading the bio, Ziv Zoolander, if anyone can put in the chat what Ziv Zoolander, or ZZ for short, which cartoon I'm talking about, is created the Corp.
I know exactly.
I
know exactly what that is. Before even.
So yeah, the leader character is Zed Zoolander. We know we're doing a movie, but this is the cartoon by Toy Biz, 1994. I have got almost a complete collection. I've only got 4 bits to show off, and it was like quite scary to show it off because I know Baz will actually like drawl and weep his willow. Anyone guessed it yet in the chat, Baz? I say the leader of the boys. They were called the Boys versus the Evil Bots back in 1994, and he's done by Toy Biz. That's the clue for this one. And he's actually took from Pokemon, collect them all as well on the back. But yes, there was the Boys versus the Evil Bots. And the leader is
the Zoolander cartoon for kids. What the fuck?
His name is Zid Zoolander. If I'm getting this right, Baz, it might be wrong because I might be right.
His name was Zid Zoolander.
Yeah, but
he was looking for his father.
But to answer Jonathan's special request by Toy Biz,
it's the Buckmasters. Zoolander, GG for sword, and the Buckmaster. I fucking love that cartoon, man.
But that's the mint condition of the main character of Zip Zoolander. So they come on the big cards and bits. There's the main character, all complete with 3D glasses from the old cartoon, the Buckmasters.
See, I was getting weird with that cartoon because, like, every so often there'd be like a bit in the corner to put your 3D glasses on, kind of thing.
Yeah, it does come with the 3D glasses, which is quite weird. The big cards are still iconic to the 1994 series. There was only 8 figures, 8 robots. Yeah, 8 robots and...
cartoon for kids?
Yeah.
Also a film, Buttmas.
Yeah. So technically, there is ZZ for short for the Botmaster series. Just while we're keeping on the theme, and I know Baz will dribble his guts, they did do a Ninja Bot for the good guys, and there he is.
It's one I'm hunting for.
Which then you can like do his actions on the back. He's got like a cog on the back,
right?
And he's like, and his arms go round.
You had Ninja, and then you had the sports spots, and then you had from in like the TV guy, and then you had the chef, and
Yep.
then you had the doctor. And
You know,
the
you got
lamp.
the full swivel, you got the head movement, the arms move on the joints, but it's jointed there. You got his crossbow, but there's the Ninja Bot.
And then ZZ's had the big red. I don't know what kind of car it was, but he had his main vehicle turn into like a big massive robot.
But technically, there's the good guys, the boys, like I said, with Ninja, Sports Bat, and Bats. Going on to the evil bots, which is those. Well, that's just the main characters with robots and good guys. But then, like the thing says, bot masters.
Bats, right? In the cartoon, he only had one arm. But I've just realised on the actual toy, they've actually given him two.
Well, Bats, he's still got two arms.
Yeah, because I'm sure in the cartoon, I'm sure he's only got one arm.
Yeah. But then technically, Baz, they did do 3 evil bots and 5 evil good bots for the line. And basically, the evil bots all came in like an orange one. Same card, but all the card art and everything was different with all the bots behind it. Was still your 3D transforming robot from robot into a robot mode into a vehicle.
Am I right in saying is that all the bad guys they can combine to make a big?
I don't know about the bad guys, but I know the good guys do. Which are Jungle 5 and Evil Transforming Bots, they call them, on the back. Which is, there's the evil guys, which is only 3. And on the back, you've got the big one, which if you bought all 5 packaging, you could buy a big one.
Yeah.
Which is the jungle one.
It's kind of actually.
They all got like bios and 3D glasses, and I think there's a few other bits inside, but
I've just noticed his red car on that, the one that turns into like the big massive transformer guy.
Yeah. Technically, Baz, some of the colours, I don't know if they did a series 2, because on the back of this one, they're all in like a dark grey like that and the black. But on this front card, they're like an orange. So I don't know if they did a Series 2 recolor. I don't know. I haven't fully checked. I don't want to. I've only got this evil guy. But technically, like I said, the Jungle 5, if you bought all 5 robots, you know, he does pack a big robot punch. And there's the big guy, with when he's all combined, he's almost like a 15, 16-inch transformer. The middle one's quite a big one.
It's quite a weird combination there, like.
Yeah. You got 2 little ones like planes, and then the bigger one is a lot bigger, like normal transformers are today. But no, you know, with Toy Biz making them back in the day, you know, but, you know, it's quite a... You don't want to transform it too much, this one, these days, because, like, the pegs are, like, just on a ball joint. They just clip in. The feet are not too bad. It's just little pegs on the beat. But for, like, almost like a 19-year-old toy, guys, can you actually remember the Buttmasters? So, there you go. I know when I put this video up on my YouTube, a lot of people was like saying, thanks, because like we couldn't remember the toy line or what, but there you go. Buttmasters Collect Them All by Toy Biz from 1994 with Zeb Zoolander.
I mean, it was an awesome toy line, but as again, we never really got a lot of them over here. I think the only place I ever seen those was Woolworths back in the day.
Yeah. So technically, Baz, yep. So technically, I just showed off for my 2 toy battles. Buttmasters from Toy Biz, 1994 versus 92-93 Battle Trolls. And if you wanted to, they're both the same size. So yes, you can put them on the same shelf, which is lovely to this date.
See, that's the kind of thing with these, man. These are actually they're all on scale with each other, so it's like what we say is that certain toy lines you can kind of mix and match.
Yeah. Technically, Baz, there's only like Action Man, Star Wars, G.I. Joe, Mask, and a few other lines was not 5-inch through the 90s and 80s and 90s. It's like another, I can't remember what year, but like another cartoon they did figures from was Cops. What?
Is that no Dick Tracy?
No, it's Cops.
Is it Cops?
It's Cops. COPS. He's got under his tie. But no, it's Cops. COPS.
So yeah, it's that long for actually seeing the cop figures, man. You can kind of mistaken that guy for something else.
Yeah. It's almost, you could almost say Beetlejuice, other lines like that. It's one of them things. It's, it's like all the figures were virtually the same and that sort of stuff. So,
because if I'm right with the Cops, did they not come with the cap? You used to get like the cap guns.
No, that was RoboCop. Freedom of Justice RoboCop. One of the RoboCops, you can put caps in the back, and you can cap the back, and the figures were caps.
I knew Buttmasters every time I truly a 12-year-old. Buttmasters.
I can't spot them bastard.
No, I always thought the Cops from their accessories, you could actually had the either that or it's got the spark from mechanism thing in it. See, it's that long for actually seeing the Cops following stuff.
Another one Cops got, dude, is that guy.
Oh, that's fucking.
The problem is, I know we're over at 18, but technically you can. I know somewhere there's a gimmick you can like show his like cool boxing. You can always like classy as Ghostbusters. And bits, but that's
because that's Police Academy. That's Zeb. I'm sure it's Zeb.
Yeah.
Or Zed, whatever his name was.
Yeah, I'm 99% that is Cops, but I'm not 100%. Yeah, it's like same. It could be. I think it may be Police Academy now, Baz. I can't remember, but it's so similar. G-Force, come on, help us in the chat, please.
I'm sure that is Police Academy, like, but I'm not. As you say, sometimes when you show something off, you do have a memory of it, but you just can't remember if it is or no. I know that's definitely Police Academy because
I think it is Police Academy. It's the evil guy from Police Academy. Oh man!
So I'm just trying to think. I don't think Cops actually had a gimmick. But then again, it's that long for a scene of them in cop figure. I wouldn't really.
I know some of them on my shelf there. I know I put them all together. I can't remember what they all fell earlier.
But like in the 90s, man, there was a lot of cool toy lines out there, man.
Yeah. 90s, it's one of the, I'd still say it's one of the hardest decades to this day to keep it. There's so many toy lines in the 80s and 90s, or at least 90s. 80s, you had transfer.
I think we've mentioned this before, but back in the 90s, they've done a lot of toys for kids based on R-rated movies like Terminator, Rambo, Predator, Aliens kind of thing.
Yeah.
I know there was meant to be a Aliens, Predator, and Marines cartoon.
Yeah.
That's why some of the figures were out kind of thing, but the cartoon never actually got anywhere kind of thing.
And then I'm 99% it's
both are Police Academy, Dave.
Thanks, Jay. I know Jay would know.
And I know, but then you can show it. That's Street Sharks. That's Dr. Paranoid.
But then once again, you got other 90s toy like Piranha Head, which is like he's got the bleh, 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 bleh. And then basically one of the coolest figures I like, but everyone hates the guy. Like Terminator did a cartoon. You can like,
he's for the Future War line that they did.
yeah. I liked him because I'd like him as an army builder and that sort of stuff.
Yeah. But like the Dr. Paranoid, man, that Street Sharks, man, the Street Sharks figures were awesome back in the day as well, man.
Yeah, the Van Diesel advert was still classic to this day.
I think I've only got one Street Shark. I've got the Killer Whale guy.
Yeah.
To this day, he's got a name that's a lot of parents would probably change it.
I can't find that figure, Baz. There you go. That's a bit easier.
Oh, Dave's destroying his background.
Yeah.
It's like if you want to go back to like 80s toy lines as well, Dave. Is that I done a wee trade with Andy's Toys and Models, and I ended up getting some Battle Beasts.
Yeah.
That's probably why I like the Gormittis and that, because they're kind of like similar back in the day.
Yeah. Another RoboCop toy line for the 90s, Baz, is RoboCop Feeder and the Force.
Ah, is that the ones that you could put the caps in and they would come in?
No, it's two different versions. I thought that's why I was trying to look at. Well, they used to cap ones. I know they did 2 lines of 3 RoboCop.
I'm sure I've got one of the RoboCop's ones that
yeah,
you put back in and you could put like the cap strips in it.
And then technically, Baz, if you wanted to 90s, you've also got the G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
Which is also an awesome toy line. And then basically one of the biggest toy lines in the 90s. Still got one of the best songs, like Baz always says. To the Batman. To the side, to the Batman.
See, that G.I. Joe figure you've just showed off there, right? I know they've done Serpentor.
Yes.
I'm hoping that they actually do the actual figures from the 80s movies. I mean, having the Enforcer in a 6-inch scale or a 7-inch scale would be fucking awesome. I think that would agree with me.
Yeah, he's one of my favourite figures. I've got the card back for him, and I picked him up in an antique mall.
Because again, in the original 80s movie version, man, he's slightly bigger, so if they ever put him in the classified line, I think it'd be a good addition to the
other like 90s toy lines or thereabouts. You've got Everyone Called Me That back in the day, Lurch from Adam's Family.
Hey, Mr. B, I'm good.
Yeah. Give me a hug, Baz. Give me a hug.
See, I didn't even know they'd done a Adam's Family toy line.
Yeah.
Weird.
Once again, they only got the first wave out, but they pictured all the figures on the back of the cards. And weirdly enough, only 70 got released again.
Before Aliens muscles are still available, I believe. I've got a lot of I've still got quite a few of the muscle figurines. That might be a battle show off at some point.
Yeah. And then basically, I can't really say to the 90s again, Baz. You have like, anyone guess the toy line?
I know what that is. That's Swamp Thing.
Yep. We like the creature in the bat.
It's always kind of weird that they did that. You think that they could have easily done 2 versions of that guy. Yeah.
So there's another one. So, thanks, Baz. I've got 20 minutes of work now, putting all this stuff back in a bit.
I'm not saying a thing. Well, you want to go with fucking weird toy lines, is that they also had little Dracula as well.
Yeah. I say, babe, we can be here till 12 o'clock just showing 90s toys off. It's perfectly honest, Baz. It is one of the still easiest toy lines to still pick up, I think, at the right price.
Kind of rearranging stuff, so a lot of my stuff's in fucking storage at the minute.
Yeah.
You go with like 90s, like you also had like random for X-Men and. But as you say, man, you could be here for you could be here for hours going over stuff.
Hey, Baz, do you want a cowboy cow?
Oh. I know the name. I know the cartoon. I just can't remember the name.
I think one of these days we should get a load of figures, show them off, guess the figures in the stream. The Cowboys and Moon Mesa. You know,
That was one thing. You never really seen him over here.
No.
I know there was like growing up, man. You'd watch the cartoons on a Saturday morning. It's not until you get to like adulthood that you realise there was a toy line.
Figure.
But
Yeah.
the one with me is that I used to watch Bionic 6.
Yeah.
With the family from thingies, but I didn't realise I actually made a toy line. And I only found out about the toy line because somebody went and picked them up for a boot sale.
Yeah.
And they were all like metal. Well, the majority of them were metal from die-cast figures.
I can't remember I had a figure the other day and I thought, I need to show that to Baz. And I was like, yeah. It's something similar to Bionicle 6, but it's like, once again, a different toy line. You know, sometimes you forget what it is. And when you look it up, it's like, there's only 6 figures.
Is it Tiger Shark?
Yes.
I remember watching the cartoon, but it's like we never got the toys over here for it.
No. Yeah, back then, dude, there was that many toy companies or bits. It is so unbelievable how many toy lines were 90s, 80s and 90s. And then don't forget 93, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. But that's, you know, John asked for cartoons, not for live action. But, you know, there's just nostalgia everywhere you look. But if I said to you, you had a yellow teddy bear that was a puppet, what year?
If it's only yellow teddy bear I can think about, I would probably say 80s, but I could be wrong.
Looks like it's 2005, but we both showed him off before. He might be the mascot.
I've got him, and I've also got Sweet.
The dog. I've got the dog, so yeah, I've got the dog.
I've got him, and I've got I think it's Sweep, the panda bear. I'm missing the
Woof Woof dog.
I'm missing Woof Woof.
So technically, Baz, yes, there is just 90s nostalgia. We'll be back to the 90s again in a couple of weeks' time or the future. Once again, if you guys like this, please let us know. All I'm going to say I will be back. If anyone's coming into the NEC Toy Fair this weekend in Birmingham, I will be there.
G-Force is asking you questions. You have any Space Ghost figures?
I might have Space Ghost himself. I know most of the lines I mainly got the main character himself. If I do Space Ghost, I'll try and sort some out in a couple of weeks' time. Because technically, once again, before we finish up and wrap up, next Tuesday, I've got a double toy collector coming on. Is the two toy collectors in one? That's all I'm going to say for next Tuesday. I don't know what time yet, but he will be on the channel. I'm not doing one Sunday because I'm at the NEC Toy Fair. And all I'm going to say for next Thursday night chat for me and Baz, all I'm going to show is this figure right there. If you know what it's from, you know, the guy that absolutely loves, adores, cries to it. He's going to get thousands of them in the post. I don't care. We're going to support it. But Mr. Birdman will be making an appearance next week because we have a special guest next Thursday.
Oh, yes.
This is just a hint of what, you know, and he's got his action. But that's for next Thursday's guest. There's a little hint for next Thursday. Hope he's not watching because if not, he might cancel. Guys, if you do want to see me in person this weekend, please tell me who you are on YouTube as well. I was like, hello. I was like, who are you? I was like, yeah, okay, thanks. I will be at, once again, the NEC Toy Fair. Loads of videos still coming out over the weekend. Big Toy Fair, I'll be doing that. Car boots, guys, please stay safe if you do there. Get some treasures, get your toys, put them up into certain little groups. Anyone need any help with anything, let us know. Baz is always there on the end of a computer. You know. Don't forget, next Thursday you have the last Mandalorian episode out on Disney Plus. Also next Wednesday as well, both at 8 a.m. worldwide, is Power Rangers 30th anniversary next week.
Oh, nice one, Ian. You finally get it. Complete with the rockets. Yeah, we were discussing that from, I think it was last week or the week before. He was looking at, because he likes like Captain Scarlet and all that, and we were looking at play sets, but majority of them were missing the Wasp missiles, Dave.
Yeah.
Or it was either missing the two or they were missing one.
Perfect.
So he managed to find one with the both of them.
One quick question for you, Baz.
Yeah.
Because we've showed like the Hasbros, the Toy Biz, the Playmates, would you get the company that released it in the UK first, or would you get the American counterpart company? For example, Trendmasters in America, Bluebird in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
For example, Playmates back in the early 90s were technically done by Bandai in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
So as a kid, as a collector, would you still go with the original company Playmate, or would you get a Bandai carded variant, like for people in Star Wars? Same in the chat. What would you do if you were like, is it nostalgia to get the figures and then the card different after, or would you just be happy with what you got?
If you can get two versions of the card, because we always know that you've got the European versions, you've got the American version, and they're always, especially if you go with the Masters of the Universe, for like the American one, I've got a different slogan on it to what we get, kind of thing. And with the comics on that is that the American versions have got writing in it, so it actually is a proper little comic book. But the UK version is just pictures, and it'd be nice to have two different versions of the comics.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's one of the things sometimes you forgot about the variants or country variants and that sort of stuff. You try and get your insides and outs and that sort of stuff. So, honourable mentions for the week. Don't forget, we've had Ronaldo in the chat, Super Squirrel, Cy, Mr. Van Vander, Jonathan. Thanks again for the 90s pop. Hope you enjoyed it tonight, mate. We thought we'd do that one for you. G-Force.
My good friend
Ian. And everyone else that we could forgot in the chat. Don't forget Mr. Ronaldo. Need to get Ronaldo. But yes, I will be at the NEC Birmingham Toy Fair if you want to come meet me in person, selling a few odds and sods off from Lego, Star Wars, Indians, all sorts of Transformers, all sorts of toys from all the last 20, 30 years. Baz, anything special coming up except for hello, and goodbye.
Well, next week we'll have our special guest. A lot of folks should know who it is, but I'll let folk know near the time. And then the following week, we're going to have an open night. We're going to have so we can get other guests on if anybody's interested. But that week will be kind of special.
A double header?
It might be. I've not decided yet, but
if we do it, can I play sync on that show?
This one night only. Yes, I'll allow it.
I'll test my verbal chords during the week. Hello.
It's like a week on Tuesday. I'll be turning 25 again.
Isn't it 26 because it's a year older from last year? You had 25 last year.
I don't care. So just watch this space. But I'm thinking we have discussed and we're kind of thinking about doing an open night in a couple of weeks' time. So if anybody's interested, just let me either know on Instagram or Twitter, and we'll get something sorted.
Yeah, we'll send you the links over that way and bits and pieces. We'll just give us a screen, give us a shout. you know, if you want to show anything off, them 2 weeks we probably won't be doing our toy battle. But then the week after, in 3 weeks' time, we will be back with toy battles. We might do something a bit different and special for that one. You just need to tune in. We're not going to spoil it anymore. Don't forget, next week, if you want to see this guy in person on stream, connected to this guy, please give us a thumbs up and join us next week at 9 p.m. UK Standard Time. JJ?
Let's just catch up with the chat before we...
G-Force, go G, go GG. Side.
Si says he would come on. I'll let you know near the time, Si. You know, come on, do a modern toy battle. Modern, that'll be an interesting one.
Well, you just picked up a Ghost Rider. Is that not out of the shops 2 weeks? How modern do you want it, John? Do you want modern that you've never seen before, but you probably never see, or do you want modern that's in the shops all the last couple of years? Modern. Reach out to me or think about. We'll try and have a thing for 3 weeks, or once again, come on and pass this live stream in a couple of weeks and give us your pictures.
That's actually a good thing because I mean there is a lot of decent modern toy lines out there.
Well, for me, Baz, it'll be quite easy. I've got Gucci pieces like alien bugs and Mattel's battle books. So there's 2 modern creatures. One's glow in the dark and one's slimy as hell.
I didn't actually realise until I was looking because man, I picked some of them up as well. Dave, those
Spitters.
Yeah, I didn't realise it's actually Mattel that made them.
Yeah, it's with a table on the back. There's no Mattel on the back, but technically, Baz, just in the.
I noticed it last night when I was.
Yeah, Mattel Canada, the CE marks just there with the Chinese.
I'll put myself on the big screen so that people can see this.
Woohoo! I can dispute it. Thank you. Good night.
See, I owned one of them last night just to see what they were like. You open them up, you put some slime in, and then you squeeze it. The slime comes out, but I ain't putting slime in there. That slime is fucking disgusting, man.
Okay, Baz, name 3 toy lines that, before we go, and in the chat, please name 3 toy lines that also had slime from the 80s, 90s, and 2000s.
Ghostbusters, He-Man. Did Mad Balls not have slime as well?
Nope. You're showing one of the figures off tonight, Baz, as your crossover.
Oh, Toxie.
Toxie also had it. Also Turtles. And honorable mentions, you also had like wrestling figures that had slime. You also had like trumping bots and all sorts like that. Turtles have always had slime for all the generations of Turtles. So there you go.
So it's like when you talk about 80s, going into like 80s, early 90s, the only 2 I can kind of always remember is that you had the slime pit for the Masters Universe, and then Ghostbusters had the slime.
What's the other word for slime? Ooze?
Ooze.
Ooze. So on that ooze notice, thanks for joining us. I hope you enjoyed a couple of questions. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Also, don't forget to share. Guys, please stay safe. Enjoy your weekend, whatever you guys doing around the world. Thanks again for joining us this Thursday night for the toy battles and bits and pieces. Guys, until next Thursday, hasta la vista, baby, from the Tool Troll versus the Birdie.
Have a nice weekend, everyone.
Bye.